Danny Goki, truck driver. I'm on my way to my day job, and in my mind, the first thoughts are, okay, you haven't driven a truck for 3 years. What the heck are you doing? I've been doing kind of like an internal checklist of what I used to do. I forgot, I was thinking, how do I shift again?
Danny had to go through every step of the process as one of our new hires would do. He filled out the application, drug test.
And in order to drive a semi-truck, you have to make sure you're not on drugs. So they're gonna check me to make sure I haven't been smoking weed, doing crack, heroin, none of the above. So follow me into the bathroom, we're gonna do this together. To come back to my day job, I had to sit at the DMV for 2 hours, had to go see a doctor, and all kinds of different things. And I finally got it. We are officially done with this process, and I can now drive a semi-truck again. I'm ready for this, I like this.
Quickway hauls a select variety of dairy products for several different dairies around the country.
Here goes nothing.
It's a real demanding job, but it's a fulfilling job at the same time. And we hope Danny can measure up to the Quickway standards that we've set forward.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Danny,
nice to meet you.
How you doing? Good to have you here at Quickway. We'll get you in here and get you in a shirt.
All right.
We'll get you with Hoppy here in a minute, and we'll get you on the road and
I get a shirt?
Stores. Yes,
I get
sir.
the real deal. I'm a bona fide trucker. Once again.
Yes, sir.
My name's Thomas Hopwood. Everybody calls me Hoppy.
Hoppy, we got Danny Goki here. It's going to be riding with you, and we're going to...
Hey, Hoppy, how you doing? Pleasure to meet you.
I was a little apprehensive. Being I'm just a regular working man, I may be in a truck with a big star, and I didn't know how to really act.
We're going to do some direct store deliveries today to the Kroger stores. Hoppy will get he's got his load information already, and we'll get you all out of here and get you to the dairy and get you hooked up to your load.
All right, sounds good.
All right, you ready to go?
I think so.
Think so?
Let's try it out.
Let's do a quick pre-trip on this thing before we go out.
Yeah, I remember doing this back in the day. We do a pre-trip for safety measures. You're hauling so much weight, and you really can be a lethal weapon on the streets.
Check the steering, it's not loose. Check the tires.
So what you have to do is you have to just make sure that everything, like the tires aren't popped, because these are things that could cause great hazards on the road.
We're ready to roll.
Danny and Hoppy will pick their load up at Heritage Farms, and they'll be actually unloading gallons of milk and dairy products at the stores.
I've always drove a manual truck, but this one was automatic.
Now, I know when I first started driving them, I was doing this with the left foot, stomping the floor for the clutch. I'm over here doing this, and there ain't nothing over.
I like Hoppy. Hoppy is happy.
The only other thing that you need to know is if you stop on a steep hill, it will roll backwards with you. We're gonna pick a load up, deliver it to Kroger stores today. We not only deliver the milk, we're also gonna pick up the empties that's at the stores and bring them back to the dairy.
I've always wanted to go back into a truck. I've always had the desire, like, man, it's been a while since I've done it, and I wanted to see if I still had it. Gotta be in there.
Now, go ahead and go back on it. It ain't lasted yet.
Go back.
There you got it.
Getting back in there kind of fulfilled a little personal desire and dream that I had to go in a truck and do what I used to do.
Well, so far, so good. He don't mind working. He jumped right in there.
Of course, the nervous come in, will I hit anything? No, and I don't believe I will hit anything because I'm really gonna be cautious looking in my mirrors and taking wide turns, and I'm really gonna pay attention.
Danny first took off, he was real good. We got about a mile down the road, he had to make a left, and we got sensors in the truck that go off if you turn too fast. Well, he set it off. Now, you're gonna get a yellow light right there. See what I mean?
It stayed green.
It stayed green?
Yeah.
You done good, did.
Oh, no, yeah, no, I'm yellow.
Now it's yellow? Okay.
So, Hoppy, how long have you been driving?
Since I was 26 years old.
26?
And I'm 68 now.
So you got 42 years of driving?
And I drove 10 years, I drove straight truck.
How'd you like that?
I like that too.
The funny thing about me is that people don't expect that I was a truck driver, or people don't expect that I was a blue-collar worker. And you're like, you don't look like a truck driver. I want to be like, well, what does a truck driver look like? I don't know if there was a specific look, but apparently I don't fit the mold. But yeah, I like working my hands, working hard. That's been my life story. So what keeps you going every day? What gets you up every morning to do the job?
Oh, I love what I do.
Do you?
I do. Everybody says, when you gonna retire? I mean, you can only go fishing, you know, for so long, you're gonna be tired doing that, so
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, looking back, I smile at those days of working endless hours. But also at the same time, it makes me think about the good times. I really enjoyed being a truck driver while I was a truck driver. Well, it's been 4 years since I've driven, but the one thing that I wanted to do was back a trailer up. Because there's like a pride in like being able to back up in like the most obscure places, the most, the tiniest spots. That's the one thing I want to do. I still got it to go back up, and I did, first try. All right, we're in.
Got milk delivery.
Oh, can I come in here?
You ever run a power jack, or you just want to watch this?
I've ran a power jack before.
All right. Now, you got to remember one thing.
Yeah.
It's just like ice on ice, plastic on plastic. You can't jerk it at all. If you do, we'll be picking milk up.
Coming up on Day Jobs.
He's like the old-time truck drivers. He don't check his mirrors. You don't have an out right now.
Too close?
Yes.
Danny Goki, truck driver. Well, we're halfway through the day, and now we had to offload the truck with a pallet jack. It was a, electronic pallet jack, and so I had to get used to that. And once we offloaded the trailer, everything came back to me like riding a bike. You know, you don't do it for a while, but once you get into it, it's like, okay, this is my second nature. I know what I'm doing. Stay focused, and let's go.
All right, now we got to get the empties.
All right, air brakes in, seatbelt on. You ready to go, Hoppy?
We're ready to go.
We got a long drive ahead of us. We have to offload a few more pallets. We have to pick up a few empties, and we got to get there soon before traffic hits.
So now you don't have an out.
When you do what?
You don't have an out right now.
I don't?
No. See that vehicle in front of you? If it broke down, guess what you're gonna have to do? Back up. Yeah. I just noticed that.
Too close?
Yes. If you stop where you can see the vehicle's tires meet the pavement,
Yeah.
if you stop that far behind them, and if something ever happened, there's no backing up. You just turn your wheel and go around them.
That's a good point. That's a really
Got it? Danny's defensive driving wasn't worth a darn. You ever been through what they call a defensive driving course?
No, what's that?
And you drive on the defensive instead of offensive.
Yeah.
And it's more likely not to have an accident. Right. He's like the old-time truck drivers. They don't realize sometimes that they're putting themselves in harm's way. He don't check his mirrors. So he does when he's got to. But you won't stay ahead of the game.
He was teaching me the system of always having a plan in place and always being on the lookout and always having a way out of a situation. And I was like, you always got to know your surroundings so that you can always have an out, because it is very crucial in driving to have those.
If you're in the truck, Danny's singing and you're going down the road, and it'll pass the time of the day.
You want to hear some singing? My first single is called My Best Days Are Ahead of Me. I like that song.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. Let me hear it.
All right. 'Cause my best days are ahead of me. 'Cause age ain't nothing but a number. Sometimes I have to wonder, what does it really mean? So that's
nice.
That's one of the songs.
I like that.
As long as you're living, it's a good life.
That's right. And I'm lucky to live as long as I have.
Yeah. Hoppy was a great teacher. I loved his cheerfulness. I loved his happiness and his outlook on life.
What's amazing, I've had no health problems.
You've had no health problems? Good for you. What's the secret?
I don't know. They say the more you smile and laugh, the longer you live. So I do a lot of smiling and laughing.
Yes, I agree with you, Pop.
I believe it's true, too. You try not to let the stress build up on you.
Yeah, so true.
He has a good attitude, really does. I like Danny.
We're pulling into our second stop. We gotta wait for this road to clear, but we can pull in and then take it to the back and offload the last of what we got in here and pick up the empty pallets.
That's right.
And smile, I guess, at all the workers at the Kroger.
That's right. Just keep smiling.
Keep smiling and laughing, right, Hoppy?
You may live to be as old as me.
Go ahead. When we backed from the second Kroger, it's like, okay, I got this. I know what we gotta do, so let's go accomplish it.
He jumped right in there. I didn't have to tell him what to do. He knew what to do and went and done it. We gone, thank you. My dream job is driving truck. You meet people at the store, you're nice to them, get back and you go to see some more people. You're nice to them. You get the milk put off and turn around and you're done, come back. Couldn't be better.
Everyone looks at the celebrity status, everyone looks at the musician status, or everyone looks at what they don't have as being so much better than where they are right now. And I think Hoppy found the secret, and that is, it is the condition of your mind and your heart while you're doing whatever you're doing, because that's where true happiness flows. So whatever you find your hand doing, do it with all your heart and be happy.
How you doing, Danny?
I'm good.
Appreciate
all right.
you being part of us today.
Working
Working with our company, got the hang of it then.
Yeah, definitely. It took me a little bit to brush up on the skills, but...
It make you appreciate your day job, ain't it?
Yeah, it sure does.
Going in.
I mean, not that this job is bad, it's just that it's not my full purpose in life.
It's a lot of
you know what I mean? I had
physical
something
work.
else. Yeah.
Exactly.
Something
Hoppy, how'd he
else.
do?
Done great. One of the
Treated
best
the
ones
trouble
I've ever
care.
trained.
Didn't
I like
scare you?
that.
If his day job ever fizzled out, just give me a call. Danny done a great job.
Yeah.
Appreciate you being part of the team today.
Well, thank you so much, Kevin.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
Anytime.
it. I didn't crash today. I didn't kill anybody. And we're at the end of the day. I made it through. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
He'd make a good truck driver, and I had him sing a couple of times, and I think he'll make a good singer, too.